Griff Hamlin here from Blues Guitar Unleashed. Welcome and thanks for joining me today. This video, now I'm going to call this video like something like the thing you have to do to play like Stevie Ray Vaughan. Or this is like a thing that I learned from Stevie Ray Vaughan because he does it, I'll say, more effectively, more often, just better in general than just about any blues player I know. And so I'm going to say this is something that is I don't want to say it's unique to Stevie Ray Vaughan though, because everybody does it. It's something that I talk about a lot, but when I talk about it and I say, oh, you got to use quarter note triplets, people that kind of falls on deaf ears. That's not very interesting. When you hear the sound and you hear it, and it must be used in Pride and Joy probably 8 or 10 different times. It's a very common thing that you hear. And it probably goes right on by. You probably have no idea what it is. But it's super important in blues soloing in general because it creates a rhythmical kind of push and pull that's really hard to get any other way. And so I'm going to show you what this thing is. It's quarter note triplets. All right, I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. It's called quarter note triplets. It's a rhythmic construct. It's a little bit tricky to play because you got to count it. You know, I'm a big fan of counting, but I'm going to try to make this video a little bit different in the sense that rather than just show you how this works, I'm going to try to sort of make this like a video that you could continue to come back to and use to practice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through what these quarter note triplets are. I'm going to show you a very basic thing, a little double stop thing that you can play. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a metronome and I'm going to play it literally from like 50 beats a minute all the way up to 90 beats a minute, increasing a few beats every time. So you can try it for yourself and see how far you can get. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it again, because in reality, you need to get this up to about 120 or 130 to play it at Pride and Joy speeds. So I'm going to basically put 2 sections on this video so that you can skip to the part that suits you better. If you're brand new to this and you're struggling with it, the 50 to 90 is probably going to be the way to go. If you're feeling pretty good at it, the 90 to 130, 140. I'll see how I feel. Right? That's what we're going to do. So first, let me walk you through the idea itself. Okay? Now again, it's a rhythmical idea. It doesn't matter what notes I play. However, what I'm going to use is I'm going to use a double stop, only because it's kind of fun and it happens to occur in this tune during one of the solos where he plays, it's over an A7 chord. So he plays the C sharp and E out of the chord. Now you can absolutely do this with one note. If you want to do this with like just the E, that's fine. I'm going to do the C sharp and the E. Totally up to you. Now if you think of the rhythm as going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and if you prefer 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, I don't care what you call the stuff, just call it something, okay? We have, if we play every single one of those counts, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? Now, what quarter note triplets are is playing 3 quarter notes, meaning each of the hits, we're going to hit it, it's going to last for 2 counts, 2 eighth notes. Okay, so 1 and then the next one's going to have 2. The next one's going to be and right? So it's going to be every other one. And that's what makes this confusing because it doesn't line up on the beats. That's what makes it sound cool. So it's like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And I didn't do that right. When I'm doing it that slow, sometimes I mess up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and okay, so at the end of the measure, it works out. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and okay, so that's how it goes. So if I do an entire bar, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, now I'm going to switch. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and Okay, so that's what the, I'll say, exercise is going to be. Now, the way Stevie Ray Vaughan actually does that in Pride and Joy is he plays it here and then he slides it up 3 frets. He goes 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a... Okay, so it's going from not only one spot to another melodically, but one spot to another rhythmically. That's the cool factor. You hear this all the time though, guys, like Albert King, or something like that. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Okay, that is quarter note triplets. You can do it on double stops, you can do it on single notes, you can do it on a chord. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, oh. Okay, you can use it with anything, doesn't matter. But the rhythm is what makes this incredibly cool. So, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna start the metronome, like I said, and I'm just gonna have it loop. And what's gonna happen is every time it goes through, it's gonna go up by 5 beats a minute. So it's gonna start at 50. I'm gonna do 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then it's gonna count in the next higher speed, okay? Now, how you pick this is up to you. Stevie often just used up picks. He liked the sound, I guess. You can use all down picks, you can use down and up, you can use all up. I suggest messing around with it a few times at the slower speeds so that you kind of figure out what works best for you. Personally, I tend to like down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. I like to have the downbeat of each measure or each beat be a down strum. That feels comfortable to me. Okay, it may or may not feel comfortable to you. Some people like to just go down and up. And that's fine too. Some people, like I said, could be all downs. Or all up. I don't know if I can do that. That's a little bit more difficult for me. That feels pretty awkward. I don't care which one you do. That's not really the point of the exercise. So I just want to throw that out there because you may have questions about that. But let's go ahead and do the 50 to 90 with the metronome and see if you can do this with me. Here we go. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 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 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. A little faster. And 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 2, 3, 4, 1. All right, and that is, like I said, we went from 50 to 90. So each time it went up by 5. So the point there, hopefully you can kind of get a sense of where you're at. Now, if you were very comfortable playing all through all of those, then you've probably got a pretty good handle on this. But if you need a little bit of work on that part first. But let's do, we're going to go from 90 now all the way up to 130. I'll do 40 again, count by 5s each time. So you may be at a position where you can just start this video right here when you come back to it. But let's do it. 2, a 3, and a 4, and a 1. 4 and a 1. 2, a 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you can do it at that tempo, I'd say you definitely got it. Even playing the triplets at 130 can get, that's moving right along. So you may or may not feel super comfortable doing it at that super high speed. That's fine. But like I say, this is kind of that, it's a little bit faster than Pride and Joy goes, but I like to always have a few beats per minute in the tank. I always like to have a little bit in reserve. I want to be able to play things just a little bit faster, 5 or 10% faster than what I'm really going to need them at. That way, when you really do play them in the real world, they're comfortable and they don't sound forced. They sound musical, okay? So hopefully you will come back and work on this every day. Honestly, that would be the best thing. If you can learn how to do this, if you can get really comfortable and you get to the point where you don't have to count out loud, you can just play along and it feels comfortable to you, you will find yourself using this with all different kinds of licks, with all different kinds of ideas. You will hear it everywhere. When you get this in your mind and you get this under your fingers and you have that educated ear, things that you hear, you will hear this. You'll hear it everywhere. And you'll probably wonder how you got along this long without it. At least I certainly did. So I hope you dig the video. If you have guitar playing friends, honestly, this works for any kind of music. Obviously, we're playing, blues here. But this same sort of thing comes up in classic rock, in hard rock and metal, all different kinds of music use these quarter note triplets. They're everywhere. So it's worth your time to learn them. Again, if you have guitar playing friends, please share it with them. I will leave links near this video to all my usual stuff. If you want to check out the Blues Guitar Unleashed All Access Pass, you can try it for $1. I have some free downloads. My How to Play Blues guidebook, my 4-note solo lesson series, lots of things. I'll leave those links I'll leave links near this video for all of those things. And apparently I'm going to go have some more coffee. So y'all have a great day. Take care. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.